Hello, I'm back online again. So if you're live online, join me. Let's discuss the importance of following your destiny career instead of copying someone else's career. There is a danger when you follow someone's career. Why do we always get interested in doing something that is not in our destiny? Because when we do these things, we are not going to progress in that, we struggle. Sometimes it's society that made us to divert to something else because everyone is doing it. Or we are seeing other people progressing in that, so society made us to want to choose to become a lawyer, a doctor, or some other careers. Sometimes it could be our parents, that choose career for us. They are not checking what we are good at. Because some kids, when you check them from childhood, you see what they are good at. Instead of the parents to encourage them and help them to develop that creativity, that abilities that they have, the parents want them to do something else. This is recipes for disaster. Okay? And some of us will see people that are progressing in their career, and we think, oh wow, we like this career that this person is doing. We want to be like them. This is when we start copying someone's career, and you discover that you're struggling. Once you start doing someone else's career that is not attached to your destiny, you'll be struggling. You'll be wondering, why is it that other people are making it in this career and I'm the only one not making it, or I'm struggling? It's because that career is not your destiny career. You choose this because maybe there is money in it, or you choose this because everyone else is doing this career. Okay? Once you start doing someone's career, you will not benefit from the spirits that are attached to your own destiny, because everyone, we have our choosing destiny in this palm, and everything is written. The career that we're supposed to do once we come on earth is written on our destiny. And there are spirits that is supposed to help us succeed in that field of our career. So when we start doing other things, those spirits will not support it. Why? Because they are not attached to that career that you're doing. So you'll be on your own, you'll be struggling, you will not succeed. Once you are able to identify your career that is attached to your destiny, you see that you will succeed. Any little thing you do in that career, you'll be seeing the result. You're seeing the results of your hard work. Compared to the other ones, you're working like an elephant and harvesting like an ant. Okay? So it's so important that we work on our career. Some of us have gone to universities and we have many degrees and even masters, PhD. But when you look at those careers that you achieved in your university days, you're not actually working in that field right now. Or those fields, you're working in it, but you're not progressing, you're not succeeding. You can hardly even pay all your bills. And you're not happy in that career. That is when we actually followed what other people are doing, instead of focusing on what we are good at, what is our destiny career. We're not doing that one. We are doing what other people are doing. Then we never progress. Like in the churches now, people are becoming pastors because maybe their parents want them to be a pastor, their father was a pastor, or the grandparents' family, or they saw that pastors are making money. They all want to become pastor. And then when you open a church, you discover that your church is not growing. This is when it leads you to go and join courts, to go and join where you'll be able to have big crowd, and so you can be able to make it like the other pastors. It's because being a pastor is not in your destiny. You're not called, and you went to collect it. When something is not in your destiny and you're desperate to get it, you end up going to steal it from other people. This is why the bad people, they steal people's destiny, they steal people's luck, because that luck that they are looking for is not in their own destiny. So the only way they can get it is for them to go and steal it from someone else. In the olden days, when a child is born, our parents will always go and check our destiny, what we are here on earth to do. Okay? And then they will have to push us from childhood to follow that path, in order for us to succeed. Otherwise, we'll be doing something different that is not going to align with our destiny. We're not going to succeed. We're not going to be happy in that career that we are. Okay? That's why they do it in the olden days, so that you can be able to follow your path right from childhood. But nowadays, they don't do that anymore. You understand? People look at who is making money, who is successful, who is famous. You know, they want those big things that they are seeing on the social media. They don't know if those career is in the person's destiny, or they have gone through the wrong path to be there. So there is price for everything that someone does. Price for everything. Okay? Once you follow your career, your spirit guide that are attached, that agreed with you before you came on this earth to help you fulfill that career, to help you fulfill that your destiny, they are going to help push you, help you to make sure that you succeed in that career. But once you're doing something else, you have no support, you're empty, you're trying to do it all by yourself. This is when it's not working. This is not, you're not going to succeed. When you start doing what the career that is in your destiny, you discover that it's so easy for you. You enjoy it. You understand? And anything you do in that, in fact, you're going to feel like you're not working. It's going to feel like a hobby for you. Even when someone pisses you off in that your career that is attached to your destiny, and you say, no, I'm not doing this job anymore. After a while, you discover that you're coming with joy. Just to go back to that stuff you say you don't do anymore, because it's attached to your destiny, and there are spirits backing you up in that career. Okay? So it's so important that we follow our career, that we are destined. Otherwise, we'll just be struggling. Otherwise, we'll get tempted to go and join wrong organization, like wrong court and covens, just to be able to get it by force. Okay? But when you stay in your career that you're called, you'll be recognized. You will enjoy it. It will be easy. It will flow, you know, so easy for you. Everything will become so smooth for you because it is in your destiny. Okay? So how do you know your career? Sometimes you're doing your career field and you see that you're successful in that field. You love what you're doing, but because there is no money in it, you diverted to something else, because we are all looking for money nowadays. In the olden days, our ancestors, they are not focused on money. In fact, our ancestors are more focused on power, you know, spiritual powers, and having peace and doing the right thing, not to offend the gods and Almighty God. That was them. But now things have changed. Your power is your money now. Your power is your wealth. Your power is what you can do, you know. So everything have changed. So even if you follow your right path of your career, no matter how little it is, you're going to succeed in that. No matter how strange it sounds, it could be just to clean shoes, or to have a cleaning business, or to be a restaurant, or to open a supermarket. You see that those ones, although the society does not recognize it that way, but that is where your money is. That is where your success is. Okay? That is where you're going to make it. When you're doing something, you've been doing it for years, and you see that it's not working, it's not in your destiny. You have to be smart and quit. Look for something else. That thing that your mind, you're good at. But even though it's not, you think that there is no money in that. What makes you think there is no money? Just because other people, you're seeing other people not making money in that field, doesn't mean that you will not make money in that field. You just need to be smart in how you reform it and establish it. You know, and now we have social media where it's easier for you to market your products, to market your services. Once you stay in a career that is not in your destiny, you struggle. That is just what I'm trying to tell you people right now. Like me now, I have gone to I have so many degrees, and I will go there and I work for a while, and I'll say that I'm not really getting what I want, you know, and then I will leave. I will go and take another one. The same thing. Those things are not working for me. Okay? There are a lot of things, even businesses I will start. Okay, the business will give me just enough to survive, but it was not giving me enough to like blow and make it. You understand? Because I saw that everyone was doing it, and those people that was doing it, they were actually making it in that business field. But when I went to that business, I didn't make. Even if I had more idea than those people, even if I had all this motivation, you know, to do it, but it was not giving me success as the other ones, other people that were doing it. Because those people that did it, it is in their destiny that through this business they're going to make it. But me, it's not in my destiny that I'm going to make it through that business. So after a while, I saw the stress. I have to close down the business. I've closed down several businesses when I try to do something that I was just following other people. I was just doing it because I saw that other people were succeeding. So obviously I thought, me too, I'm going to succeed. Okay. But once I actually started doing the one that is attached to my destiny, it became easier. It was not a struggle for me. I will just do little things, and then I will get great benefit in that. I enjoy, it doesn't feel like I'm working. It feels like a hobby, you know, to me. Everything else is more successful in that field than other one. Other one was just little benefit, okay? But the one that is attached to my destiny, the one I'm called to do, that one is working. Although in the eyes of a lot of people, they will say, maybe that is not a real job. They will say, what is your real job? But what you are saying that is not a real job is actually where I'm making it. That is how you'll be able to identify where your real career that is attached to your destiny is. The one that you're succeeding on, even though it doesn't look like a job, even though society does not value it. Okay? If you go for a divination and they say this is your job, especially those of you that are called, sometimes even if you're not called, you might go for a divination, they will see that this is your job, this is what you're supposed to do, but you're doing something else. You should go and do that thing that they told you that it is in your call, your destiny, because that is where you're going to succeed. That is where you're going to prosper. Because some of you will say, no, I don't like that job and stuff like that, but that is where your blessing is going to come from. And those of us that are called, let me just tell you now, if you like, travel to the, where will I say, to end of the world, go abroad, try to make money. You see that you're going to be struggling. You will not be able to make it. Other people around there will be making it. Maybe you make it for a certain time, and after a while, when is the time that the spirit needs you to start doing your work, then other things will not be working for you. Once they call you to be doing your work and you're not doing, you're doing something else, there is a time we have grace period. The grace period, you can be able to prosper in almost anything you're doing. After the grace period, and they really say this is the time for you to plant those seeds for the land that they have reserved. This is the language my spirit guide uses. The land that they have reserved for years, this is the time for you to start to plant the seed in that land. So if you try to plant seed in other land, in other things, other field, it's not going to bear fruits. Okay? And also if you have other careers, you discover that your interest is shifting more to the spiritual side. You will have no interest. You will not have interest in doing other job apart from this spiritual one that you're called on. Okay? And even if you're doing something that maybe you're just doing it to pay your bills, but your mind, your body, spirit, and soul is focused on the spiritual one. And then even if sometimes you're doing the spiritual things, and some people, you might just get tired and say, or some people are irritating you in this spiritual work. They are calling you names, and sometimes you get peace and say, no, I'm not doing this job again. I'm done. And then after a few hours, you've discovered that you're already thinking about the next topic, or they've already given you the next topic that you're going to teach your followers. And you're coming there with so much joy to even teach it. And you realize that this is not normal. You know, in other ways, if it was ordinarily, you would have abandoned it. But even no matter how hard you try to abandon it, you will not be able to abandon it. You find joy. It's easier for you to talk about spiritual things. It's easy for you to teach spiritual things. Because one, you have spirits that are backing you in that career because you're called. You have spirits that is backing you in your spiritual teachings and everything. They are the one teaching you. And if they are not teaching you, It's your experience. And if you're a spiritual person, you learn through your experiences. Experience is the best teacher. So it's easier for you to teach something that you're living, the lifestyle. You have lived the lifestyle, or you've experienced it, or they have shown you, or they are telling you, you know your spirit will never lie, and they're showing you also so you can verify. It's easier for you to teach those things than when you're going to read a book, or when someone is teaching you, physical person. Because when a physical person is teaching you, you have limitation. When you're reading a book about spiritual thing, you have a limitation. But when spirit are teaching you, you have no limitation. So like when I'm teaching spiritual things, it comes so easily for me because one, I'm living the lifestyle, or I have experienced it or lived the lifestyle, or my spirit guide are teaching me. So these are the things that I'm teaching. Or when I go, someone asks me something that I don't know because I have not been in that situation to experience it, I can go in the spiritual realm to confirm it, to know about it and bring it out, because then I'm partaking in it, I'm experiencing, they are showing me. So I cannot come and start lying about something or trying to get other people's idea. This is what I'm saying, what I'm experiencing, what they have showed me. So it makes it easier for me to teach spiritual things, you know. So after a while, my interest in other career begin to shift also. Begin to shift. Your interest to do other work is going to be reducing. You, instead of you to do the work, you might even get to employ other people to do it, especially if you have established a business. If you have established a service, you discover that your interest is not so much in that service anymore. It is in your spiritual core. So you have to hire someone to take care of it while you do your spiritual core, because this is where your blessing is going to come from. This is how your spirit guide is going to bless you with. Okay, this is how you get to know ideas of what your call is. Okay, because a lot of us are suffering because we are doing the wrong thing. Our parents have choose careers for us. We have choose career based on society, what society thinks, what is making most money in the society nowadays. Things are not like before anymore. A lot of things, simple things you can do nowadays, you can progress, you can make it in those days. And also, in those days, our ancestors are not focused on money. Money was not an issue. They were planting things, harvesting their own things. So money was never an issue. And even when they have to buy something that they didn't have, they have to do trade and barter. You give me oil, I give you yam, or you give me plantain, I give you something else. So money was not an issue like now that everybody wants to make money. Our ancestors were more focused on spiritual things, on how to live right. Okay? So try to find your real career. Don't focus on copying other people. If you copy other people, you will not succeed. That is the danger. And once you're not succeeding in that field, you begin to get tempted to go and join evil cults, join evil coven. And then you begin to destroy your members. If you're a pastor or especially, you begin to use your members for evil things. You begin to inflict them affliction so that their clients will come. So they will keep coming to you. So they were thinking that you're the one helping them when you're the one destroying them. You see? Because it's not in your destiny. You went to get to be in that career because someone else is succeeding in that career and you're only thinking about money. You're thinking only how to make money. This is why people are going into different careers now. You're not thinking about what you're good at, what you find joy in doing, because those ones you find joy in doing that you're good at, that is attached to your destiny. That is actually your career, but you're doing something else. So try to find your career. When you do a divination and they tell you that this is your career, try, even if you have something you're doing that you have been successful on, try to be doing the other one on the side. And then you start comparing. You see, that little one that you're doing on the side is going to overthrow the one you've been doing before that you thought that you were successful because you're doing so well. Once you start doing the one that you're called, that one that was successful in your eyes before is going to become little because your destiny is attached to the other one. When you see a lot of spiritualists on the internet now, you want to become a spiritualist because nowadays the spiritualists, they are everywhere. You understand? They are coming up. They are going back to their roots. and they're coming up. But a lot of people are only focused on how much they will get once they become a spiritualist. Okay, not because they are called. They want to do it because they think that they're going to get money, and then they are spoiling the names of the real one. And then the spirit that backs spiritualists up in their work is not going to back them because they don't have it. This is why you go do spiritual work, then it's not working. You don't carry the staff of power, neither do they have the keys to open many doors. Okay, so they are only interested of making money, and that money, once they, if they pay attention, that money is being useless. They're not using it for anything important. Even if they have bought a house with it, even if they bought cars with it, if they check properly, they are not happy. They have all these things, and yet they are not happy because of where they have put their hands on. Where they are put, they do not know that they can get things naturally by doing what is in their destiny, or by doing the right thing. Okay, so yes, I wanted to address this because I see a lot of people in the spiritual community. A lot of people want to become priests. People want to become priestess. A lot of people want to become healer, but it's not your destiny. Maybe your destiny is to be a lawyer, a doctor, or a businesswoman, or a businessman. That is where you're going to make that money you're looking for. That money, that wealth is there in your field. But you want to become a spiritualist because you think that spiritualists, they make money. Not all spiritualists have money in their destiny. Even if you become a spiritualist today, as long as money is not in your destiny, you're not going to make money. But you'll be able to teach well. If you're called as a spiritualist, you'll be able to do work, and it's working for people. Okay? But to make wealth, you only have basic things, basic money to pay your bills, to live a comfortable life. Okay? And some spiritualists, they don't even live a comfortable life because they are broke. But that doesn't mean that they don't have the gift. That doesn't mean that they don't have powers, or they are fake. It's what is in your destiny that you're going to have. Some spiritualists, you see them very successful, is because they have wealth in their destiny. Okay, so when they work for people, the people will bless them. Okay, and also when they decide to do something on the side apart from the spiritual work, the spirit will also bless them. Okay, especially when it's attached to spiritual business, you understand? When it's attached to something that relates to that their core, the spirit will bless them because they are all in his or her destiny. So there is a big danger when you go and do something that is not your destiny because you're thinking about money. If I'm you, I will go and find out what is my destiny. And then you think, what was I good at from childhood? What do I enjoy doing now that I don't do? What gives me joy when I do it? What do I do that is so easy for me to do that I don't have to struggle to do about it? You can also go to definition. But when you check your life, you'll be able to discover the things that you naturally like doing that does not feel like a job, you know? When it doesn't feel like a job, that means that stuff is in your destiny. It's going to be easy for you because the spirit are backing you up. This is why it doesn't feel like a job. Well, if you do something that is not in your destiny, it should be stressful for you. Like if you're a pastor, you'll be thinking, what topic am I supposed to teach my follower, my members today? You don't know what to teach. The ideas is difficult for you to, so you begin to copy other people, and you cannot even add your own knowledge in that stuff. But if you're called, you see someone teaching about something that is spiritual, you can get inspired by it, either because you already know some of it, or that you get inspired that you begin to go to teach it by adding your own. It's not like copying the other person's own, like carbon copy and saying it now. Spirit will guide you and inspire you to teach on that topic. Or you might go and investigate it and read and ask your spirit guides more information, practice it, experience it, So it's important to answer your spiritual call. Some of you guys that are spiritually called, that you say, spiritualists are dirty, spiritualists are broke, spiritualists are not recognized in the community, spiritualists are this and that. The spiritualists you're saying in this modern generation are not the way our ancestors used to be. If I tell you that I'm a spiritualist, I'm called, would you ever believe? If you see me outside, would you ever believe I'm a spiritualist? You never believe that I'm a spiritualist, you know, unless you know me personally, or you're following on my site, on my website, and my social media, you know, before you know. So if you're called, go and answer your call. That is where your wealth is going to come from. That is where your blessing is going to come from. If you're called to do different field that is not spiritually related, go and follow your real career so that you can be blessed through it. If you're doing something else, you're not going to be blessed through it. Okay, you're going to be struggling. You're going to be broke all the time. If you make money, it's going to be only money to pay your bills. And then sometimes you might even find it difficult to pay all your bills. You're thinking that life is miserable. You're thinking that everything in this world is frustrating. It's because you're doing the wrong career. You're in the wrong career. Okay? Find your real career and do something and start working on it, and you'll be able to understand why Oracle is saying that we should do the right career. Okay? When you're in the wrong career, you struggle. I can tell you from experience, you struggle. Okay? You might get the benefits, you might get the basic ones to pay your bills, to live okay life. But when you check other people that are doing that thing with you, that started the same time with you, see that they are far away above you. Not because you're lazy, not because you might even be doing more than them. You might be working so much like an elephant, but you're harvesting like an ant. Why them they're working like an ant, harvesting like an elephant? It's because it's in their destiny. Okay, but now that I'm doing what I'm called for, you know, I don't even make so much effort, you know, like I used to make in other fields, and it's working much for me. I don't have to struggle. In fact, it's so easy. If I knew what I know now, I would have, you know, answered my call a long time ago. You understand? You will know when other things are not working so well for you, but one particular one is always working. When one particular one is always working, that one is attached to your destiny. Like me, when I do other things, those things will work only a little bit, you know. When I compare it to my spiritual call, like when I do spiritual work for people, there is no competition at all compared to what I used to do before. Like when I do spiritual work, I'm seeing the result almost instantly, you know. When I do anything spiritual, those ones are very easier for me. Anything that attached to spirituality are very easy for me. Okay, but when it comes to the other office work and other careers, I do it because everyone is doing it, because that is the only thing that is available in this community or in this country. You know, that is how we survive. Okay, but it's just basic thing. Okay, so find your real career and follow it so that you can be able to succeed. Do not copy someone because you see that they are succeeding. Do not just think, wow, this is interesting, let me go and do. You see that you struggle, you will not succeed. Do the one that is in your destiny, and you see that no matter how little it is, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how simple it is, you know, you will succeed. But you must do something. Don't just sit down and wait for money to come. Okay? So anyway, that is just what I have to tell you guys today. Let me greet those people in my life. Okay? Hello, Yo-Yo from Zambia. Kadzo. Hello. So hello, guys. I have to go. So I will keep in touch. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.